Over the Brazilian weekend, Christian Horner was captured on camera leaving the Williams hospitality suite. With Red Bull refusal to confirm the lackluster Perez for next year, speculations were rife that they wanted to bring in Sainz. While some argued that Horner was there to discuss the transfer of the Spaniard, that narrative doesn't quite add up. Months ago, the team passed on the opportunity to sign him, thereby paving the way for his transfer to Williams. It only made sense to conclude that Horner's latest visit had nothing to do with Sainz. As Horner made his way out of the Williams Centre, reporters ambushed him and queried why he had visited the team in such a public manner. He said he went to discuss business and added that he would not deem himself a good team principal if he does not consider Colapinto. But what is even so special about Colapinto? Is this just hype? And importantly, why would Horner pass on an experienced Carlos for an untested Colapinto? The short answer is that Colapinto is a media phenomenon, and when you also consider that Red Bull's #1 priority is to sell energy drinks and not Formula One, then it will all come together. During the Brazilian Grand Prix weekend, it was estimated that 10,000 Argentina fans crossed the border to watch their star. As Lionel Messi's stock begins to decline, Argentina has found a new hero in Franco. Colapinto does not come from money, but his ability to convert personal sponsors to team sponsors is unprecedented in Formula One. Top of the list is Globant. This tech company was founded in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 2003. While they have been a global sponsor of Formula One since the start of the 2024 season, they never sponsored individual drivers until Colapinto joined Formula One. The next is Mercado Libre, which is considered the Amazon of South America. They currently sponsor Williams Racing and run a special livery with the team for the Mexican and Brazilian Grand Prix. While this team also sponsors Perez, they see a shift in the horizon and are more than willing to cancel Perez's contract and put their bet on Franco. Franco has also enjoyed great support from everyday people. Bizarrap, a successful Argentine musician, has been a pillar of support to the driver, and even attended the races in Texas, Mexico, and Brazil. Other, smaller Argentinian companies sponsoring Colapinto and/or Williams include infrastructure tech company YPF, meal subscription service Big Box, including companies in the drink and beverage sectors, financial services, security services, as well as forestry and environment. Even Uber is one of his sponsors. Franco Colapinto has also quickly raked up over 5 million followers across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. If you were a Red Bull and you knew you needed to sell energy drinks in South America, who would you pick? Would you choose someone who has demonstrated tremendous commercial potential at just 21, or would you pick a 30-year-old Carlos Sainz who, frankly, has his better years behind him? And let's also not forget that it is not just commercial success. Franco is a very good driver, and Alex Albon's recent string of errors can be traced to him being jittery that Franco will take his shine. In all these, however, Red Bull has refused the chance to bring in Sainz, and the Spaniard believes the team made poor judgment. He believed that Red Bull made a mistake by not signing him because he felt that any concerns Red Bull had about a potential partnership with Verstappen were unfounded. While he acknowledged his tensions with Max while they were teammates at Toro Rosso in 2015, he now believes they have both matured and could get along. Sainz drew a comparison to his relationships with his previous two teammates, Charles Leclerc at Ferrari and Lando Norris at McLaren, which had been problem-free. He also attributed the tension at Toro Rosso to the team's philosophy of pitting their drivers against each other to determine who was the best. The Spaniard concluded that Red Bull made a mistake if they had discarded his chance because of previous relationships with Max. Red Bull Racing responded critically to Carlos Sainz's recent comments, suggesting that the team made a mistake by not signing him. Team principal Christian Horner described Sainz's remarks as disingenuous, while Helmut Marko, who oversees Red Bull's driver program, implied that Sainz was confused about his position and the team's decisions regarding driver contracts. In light of the backlash, Sainz expressed surprise at the intensity of the response, clarifying that he was merely being honest about his ambitions and hopes to one day drive for Red Bull again. He emphasized his gratitude towards Toro Rosso and stated that he has no regrets about his comments, indicating a willingness to discuss the situation further with Red Bull's management. On our part, we believe the real reason why they are passing on the Spaniards is the emergence of Colapinto. Colapinto is in the same South American market like Sainz and Perez, but just a lot younger and a lot more likable by Gen X. The driver will return to the grid. He is too much of a commercial success not to be. 2025 appears to be his most likely return date, and Red Bull is considered the most likely destination for Colapinto. While nothing is confirmed, multiple sources suggest that Red Bull's interest in Colapinto is serious. The team is looking for a replacement for Sergio Perez, and Colapinto fits the bill for several reasons. He's talented, marketable, and would maintain the team's connection to the South American Hispanic market. But what is your take on this one? Do you believe Red Bull were right to wait for Colapinto instead of bringing in Sainz? Let us know in the comments. This is Front Lockout, signing off.